Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be unboxing this little care package sent by my parents all the way from France. Since we are in the middle of a lockdown, I could not wait until I was going back home to unbox these, so they've been very nice and sent me all these little things I can share with you. So if you are familiar with DIDDL, you'll already know what type of design to expect. I'm not sure how big this used to be in the UK or in the US, but in France and Germany it was all the rage, and for whatever reason I've kept quite a lot of it, so let me share some of these souvenirs with you. As expected, my parents sent me just a little bit more than what I've asked for. They were nice enough to send me a little card as well as some French sweets that I can't seem to find in the UK, which was so nice of them. I haven't seen them in over a year, and now that France is in another lockdown, it's just so uncertain when I'm going to see them again, so this was so nice to unpack and to get something from them. And I also love that my mom even included a vitamin D vial because she knows how little sun we get in Scotland. But let's get started. So for those who aren't familiar with DIDDL, this is this little mouse that was created in the 90s. And honestly, it was just such an addiction when I was younger. Everyone in my school had them. A little side note, I also asked my mom to include this little Polly Pocket van that I found in my souvenir box because it was just so cute and so funny, and I wanted it with me in the UK. I don't even know where the rest of my Polly Pocket went, but how cute is that little van? Honestly, I can't get enough of it. It's just such a 90s toy, but I'll definitely be keeping this aside as a souvenir. So back to DIDDL, this was a huge trend, and he had quite a few side characters. So this is Pimboli, I think, and they're both keychains. They're in such good shape. I never really used them. Another keychain I have that's never been used is this tiny little notebook. How cute is that, to take tiny notes? I just love it. They definitely had their marketing on point, geared towards kids, because I just could not get enough of it. Look at this little sombrero. It's a little Mexican DIDDL. Absolutely the cutest. I definitely was obsessed with this one and used it quite a lot, so it's a little bit dirty, but I will be adding that to my key set for sure. And if you were the cool kid in school, then you definitely had a little pen holder that was DIDDL as well. I had two of them, so I was extra cool. I kept one at home and then I would bring one to school, and pretty much everyone had them as well. Now, the biggest range of products they seem to have were these little notepads. This one is actually scented. It doesn't smell anymore, I tried, but they used to sell these scented notepads. I've actually used this one to pretend I was a waitress. I used to play with my friend, pretending we owned a restaurant, but it makes me quite happy to see that I've actually used these notepads when I was younger, because I always made my parents buy me them, or I always asked for them for gifts, and they weren't super expensive, but it does add up, and at least it makes me happy that I did use some of them, and I even kept some of them in quite good shape, but I would tear out some of the top pages. I used this one for my German vocabulary. How weird is that? Like, I just definitely didn't care. I just wanted to use them, but this is what the paper looks like, and these cute little notepads, I would usually tear out a page from the top or a couple of pages, and then we would swap them with my friends and we would exchange pages as souvenirs because we couldn't just buy all of the blocks. Now this one is glow in the dark, and the only shitty footage I could find was this blurry picture to show you what it looks like in the dark. But how cool is that? They had so many different types of notepads, so the scented ones, the glow in the dark, the jagged edges. This one was the first one I ever got, and I didn't care. I just drew on top of it, but I only had a few pages left, and guess what? I decided to turn this into a diary. I just put my name, my class. I was 9.5, and I wrote top secret on it. So if anyone came across this, they would definitely keep reading. Like, I even said it was my diary, and there's like 3 pages left. I wrote that I would like to be named Ashley or Sydney. Not that I would have liked being named that, I would just like to be named that from now on. And then the most cryptic message written in a circle that I was in love with someone who had an I in their name. It's just so funny. I can't believe I completely forgot that I'd written that, but sometimes you just find these gems. Also had these sticker sets that I never used. Some of the stuff I definitely kept aside. Some of it is in better shape than the rest. And then these were all the post-it notes or the stamps that I just kept from other places. And I just put them all in a little envelope. I don't know if I ever planned on using those. They used to sell these like little birthday cards that look like a gift card, but you cannot use it to buy anything. It's just a card. Also, I just realized that cat was under the box as I was unboxing him in the little corner, and I didn't notice until I was editing, and he's struggling to get out because he's a little bit chunky. But these are all the post-it notes that I didn't own the full version of it, so I would just exchange with my friends. We would just swap pages, and I don't know what I expected to do with single pages. I think it was just because I knew I was going to collect them. But there are so many different designs, it was just overwhelming. Next up is this little letter and envelope set that I bought when I was in Germany on one of my class trips. And I still have some of it, but I don't know if it got damaged by water. It's still a bit wonky, but I definitely kept some of them, used some of them to send, I'm sure, very well written letters to my friends. And then these are all the loose leaf pages that I exchange with my friends. And some of them are in multiples. I'll show you the ones I like the most. This one used to smell like lemon. This one used to smell like batter. It was such a cool one. And then the next one is just this really, really cute rainy day, like raindrop diddle. This little one picking up flowers. I mean, there are so many, I just had to skip some of them, but another one smelling flowers. Really different patterns, and who can't relate to like a heart of cheese? This one used to smell like strawberries. Obviously it doesn't smell anymore. This was 20 years ago. I can't believe I've kept this for 20 years. This one you could turn into a stamp just to decorate your envelope, but who would want a hole in their notepad? I just don't understand the appeal, but here we are, and I still got it, and I still kept it. But these are so cute. I tried looking online to see if they still sold notebooks anymore or notepads. They don't seem to sell any merch. I think it's turned into books and maybe games. I don't know if there's any demand for this. Like, I don't know what to do with these. I'm definitely gonna finish using the notepads I've started, but the other ones, I don't know. Part of me wants to keep them. Part of me just wants to share them with someone who might actually appreciate these more. This one used to smell like chocolate. It was my favorite. Oh, it was such a good one. We would just go around the school and make everyone smell it. But yeah, so many different characters as well. Now you can tell this was an original drawing compared to the more updated, because it did start in the 90s and then it became big in the early 2000s, which is how I ended up with all of these. But it's just so weird to think that this was so big in France and Germany, and I don't think anyone in the UK or the US really found out about this. But these are all the little characters that come with it. There's a little sheep, there's a little rabbit, a little worm. This one is such a cute one, little lemony. Or is that just an orange? It's just an orange. Lockdown vibes, cutting your hair at home. Honestly, like, some of them are just masterpieces, which I kind of understand now why I wouldn't want to use them, but I also feel like they don't make notepads like these anymore. How cool is that? Like, who doesn't want to write their to-do list on this? This one, this little sheep, I think is called Woolywell. Just so cute. He's so happy he's getting a little birthday cake. And he's here super happy as well, being hugged. This one was one of my favorite. My friend owned this notepad, and I had to bribe her to give me one of the sheets. I remember these so well. definitely a huge vibe back then. And this is the bigger size paper. I thought the previous set was like the larger set, but turns out they had A4 size paper. And look how deep this is. Yes, no, maybe. And let's see, definitely super cool. Who wouldn't want that as a kid? And here we have yet another double stamp situation. Now, not only is the stamp not something you can use to send an envelope with, but also you would end up with just 2 holes in your piece of paper. Such a weird design, but I guess when you're 9 years old, you don't really question these things. You just want the paper. But how cute are these designs? Honestly, I'm so happy I kept them. I'm pretty much the opposite of a hoarder. I don't hold on to things that often, but this was definitely a good move. It's just so cool to go back down this memory lane and just relive those early 2000 years. And that's it for the unboxing. And let me know if you enjoyed this unboxing. If you know DIDDL, did this bring you back some vivid memories of early 2000s? If not, what do you think of this character? Let me know down below. Please comment. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next week. Bye.